Hello and welcome. Everybody's responsibility is no one responsibility. This is the topic of the essay that I am going to discuss with you. And in this discussion, we will focus on the logical structure of the essay, logical design of the essay, what should be the body, and what aspects should be addressed in this essay. Means what questions we can raise and try to address that. Getting? Then so that spirit and soul of the essay comes in that between. Clear? Come forward. First of all, elaborate the meaning. Getting? Introduction we can think of at the end. If you ask me that how I should introduce. So introduction should be some incident, anecdote or something that is illustrative of this phenomena, so called everybody's responsibility, no one responsibility. Let me tell you one short story of that. In one winter evening, my mother was about to go to village and she was posted somewhere in the semi-urban areas, and we all brother sister were there. So it was around 5 o'clock. She was all set to go. She gave an instruction. And what was the instruction? ये दरवाजे को ना सही से बंद कर लेना, close the road properly, main door, because that area was sparse, not densely populated and vulnerable. thief का कुछ भी जानवर कुछ भी आ सकते थे अंदर, something like that. So she went, चली गई, and then we all brother and sister were over there. And to your surprise, for a whole night, the main door was open. That remained open. I still remember why. What was the reason? In the morning, we were blaming each other. Thankfully, nothing happened. But in the morning, we were blaming. अरे तुमको बंद कर लेना चाहिए था. मैंने सोचा तुम बंद कर लोगे. तुम तो नीचे थे. तुमको तो बंद कर लेना चाहिए था. Oh, देवली तो तुम बंद करते थे. Something like that. This kind of argument went over there. You can understand the things. This is illustrative of this thing that everybody's responsibility is no one's responsibility. If responsibility is not fixed clearly on one individual, generally we do this thing. And this happens in organization also. When boss says something that this work should be done by evening, and if there are so many individuals who will perform this thing, then this what happens. What happened in old Rajendra Nagar? That this problem will be cared by fire department, then MCED, then local engineers, then house owner himself, and then nobody took care of that thing. I am telling this thing just to illustrate. So in first paragraph you should illustrate the meaning, that what does it mean. Then you should analyze its meaning properly at the deeper level. So if you analyze this thing, it is at the first level, it is a group level phenomena. It is a social phenomena. Why? Because other person is also involved. When other person is involved, it becomes social situations. Suppose what task is there and you are the only person. I am the only person over there. So I cannot do this kind of thing. So this phenomena is essentially a social phenomena. This will occur only when other individuals are present. So social phenomena. Okay. When other individuals are present, then you can throw this responsibility onto other and all. Getting? And there is a rule of algebra. Greater the size of the group, suppose 2 individuals are there, then such things is likely. Then if there are 3 individuals, more likely. Again 4 and 5 individuals, 6 individuals, 10 individuals, more likely. So the probability will increase for this kind of things when the size of group is increasing. So if you analyze the nature of the phenomena, social group level phenomena, then you can understand this thing, that now we try to understand why does it happen, why it happens, ऐसा क्यों होता है. So we are trying to enter the second part, that is called the cause of the phenomena, the science of so-called this response to diffusion of responsibility. What is that? What is that? Psychology and science, whatever. So here you can analyze. That one explanation is in psychology that that is called diffusion of responsibility. Diffusion of responsibility happens when there are several individuals and nobody is willing to take responsibility. Diffusion. Because we have a tendency, so we will at the social level it is called diffusion of responsibility. There is a game that called tug of war. Suppose you are there are two groups who pulls the rope, this side and this side, where it will go. The group that exerts more pressure will be able to pull that. But one in the context of diffusion of responsibility, this has been experimentally tested. जो साइकोलॉजी में सोशल साइकोलॉजी में जो एक्सपेरिमेंट करके टेस्ट होते हैं उनमें टेस्ट करके दिखाया गया है कि व्हेन यू आर पुलिंग द रोप इन ग्रुप, in general this is a tendency of the individual to exert less pressure, less force. अकेले दिया जाए पूरी ताकत लगाते हैं, but when you are doing the same thing with other individuals, in comparison your efforts, suppose you individually apply 100 Newton force, for example, hypothetically I am talking about. Individually maximum force is that 100. Now average you have pulled individually, that average is 100, and if you are the same individual, you are in a group and then you are pulling a maximum exercise you are doing when other individuals are also contributing, your average, suppose 5 times 6 times you have to do, then your average will go down, means it will not be 100. This is general tendency. This is called diffusion of responsibility. And another term that has been coined is called social loafing. Loafing word is that in social condition this happens. So this is one explanation you can say. Another level explanation is that what is responsibility? How we are by instinct. Instinctually we are hedonistic. We don't want to take responsibility. Responsibility is a value. Taking responsibility is a value, and that develops out of socializations, out of leadership training. So the way we have been socialized, that also matters. Suppose you are right from the beginning you are encouraged to take responsibility. Culture is like that your parents says that you should own your responsibility. Wherever you work, you take responsibility. Then in that case, what would happen? In comparison to a person, for example, me, I am instinctual. So in general, my tendency will be not to take responsibility in social condition also. And then you have been trained in that way. So that is why you will take. So if you analyze at this level, instinct versus values, at the basic level, this is instinct and this is value. And this value may be out of socialization, out of leadership training, when you do something in organization. So, and this value may have a cultural differences also. In some culture, for the individualistic culture, collective culture, then you can differentiate also. At the cultural level, we can discuss at the level low. But this instinct versus value is also one possible explanation. Then you should emphasize the cultural differences also. That yes, this is human psychology. Instinct or what? Inborn tendency, natural tendency of the individuals. सभी की एक नेचुरल टेंडेंसी होता है कि हम रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं ले रहे, बचते हैं हम लोग, है ना? बिकॉज व्हेन यू आर ट्रेन टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, इट मीन्स से व्हेन थिंग्स गो wrong, then you are also at that time also you take responsibility. तो ये कल्चरल चीज़ है, एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लेवल पे भी, फैमिली के कल्चर में भी, और ओवरऑल कल्चर का भी प्रोडक्ट हो सकता है. जैसे इसी कारण से जैसे कलेक्टिव कल्चर, इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक कल्चर. सो इन इंडिविजुअल कल्चर इट इज़ जनरली सेड दैट इंडिविजुअल when they are working, then in comparison they take responsibility. लेकिन ऐसा नहीं कि केवल वही लेते हैं, देयर आर सर्टेन कलेक्टिव कल्चर ऑल्सो, कलेक्टिवनेस इज मोर. तो इफ़ योर ट्रेनिंग इज लाइक दैट इन दैट कल्चर और इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन वेयर यू कम फॉरवर्ड टू टेक रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, आपकी ट्रेनिंग इस तरह की से हुई है, या आपका कल्चर ही ऐसा है जो वैल्यू प्रमोट करता है कि कम फॉरवर्ड. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल हम लोग कहते हैं ना, बहुत से एक रिसर्चर भी थे, रिसर्च भी किया कि इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक वर्सेस कलेक्टिव कल्चर का भी कुछ डिफरेंसेस है. कि इसमें कलेक्टिव कल्चर में हम इंडिविजुअल पे कम फिक्सिंग करते हैं क्योंकि सिचुएशंस के कारण ये हो गया, लेकिन इंडिविजुअलिस्टिक कल्चर में फिक्सिंग ज़्यादा होता है. एट्रीब्यूशन के कंटेक्स्ट में पढ़ते हैं इसे, कि हाउ यू एट्रीब्यूट. सपोज टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज़ द इंटरनल थिंग एंड एट्रीब्यूशन इज डन बाई अदर इंडिविजुअल्स, है ना. या हम किसी के बारे में एट्रीब्यूट करते हैं कि वो ऐसा हुआ तो क्यों हुआ. तो टेकिंग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी मैंने अपने बारे में, बिहेवियर के बारे में बात हो रही है. गेटिंग. एट्रीब्यूशन जब ज़्यादातर दूसरे के बिहेवियर के बारे में बात होती है, तो हम एट्रीब्यूट कैसे करते हैं. तो खुद के बारे में भी व्हेन यू आर, योर कल्चर इज़ लाइक दैट, तो आप अगर उस तरह का वैल्यूज़ है तो आप रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेना चाहते हैं अगर, तो उस कंपेरिजन में उस कल्चर में ज़्यादा हो. अंडरस्टूड. टॉपिक है, डोंट फॉरगेट द टॉपिक, एवरीबॉडीज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज नो वन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, यानी कि डिफ्यूज़ हो गया. तो लेकिन लास्ट में हमने कहा कि इसके कुछ कारण हैं और कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस भी हैं. मतलब यहाँ करें कि एक यूनिफॉर्म स्पेक्ट्रम है, तो कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस को आप नीचे रख सकते हैं, लेकिन इसका कारण क्या होता है वो हमने देखा. एक पहले देखा कि डिफ्यूजन लोफिंग का कंसेप्ट दिया हमने, और बताया कि एक हमारा इंस्टिंक्ट ही ऐसा है, वो ऐसा होता है. ये सब सारी चीज़ें आएंगी इसमें. देन हम डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, जैसे वही हमने लास्ट में बोला कि कॉन्ट्रेरी चीज़ें क्या होता है. क्या ऐसे कोई ऐसी सिचुएशन है जहाँ पे हम एवरीबडीज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज़ अ कॉमन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, कलेक्टिव कॉन्शियसनेस जैसे कहते हैं, तो कलेक्टिव रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. जैसे कोई चीज़ ख़राब हो रहा हो, ग्रुप में आप वर्क करते हैं, टीम वर्क जैसे होता है. टीम, तो टीम क्या होता है. टीम इज़ अ ग्रुप वेयर everybody is connected with cohesiveness बहुत ज़्यादा होता है. It is like a community, and then everybody is willing to contribute and they are not competing but cooperating and collaborating. In that case, suppose I am not performing well because of some mistakes and other person is watching, he will come forward and try to take my responsibility. Something buddy system like that. So I will train this person in that. So here is not a blame game. Here is that everybody's responsibility is a collective responsibility. जैसे कैबिनेट का होता है, गवर्नमेंट का होता है कि एक मंत्री का फेलियर सर एक का फेलियर है. हम कल्चरली हमने इवॉल्व किया इसको. तो ये चीज़ इसको हाईलाइट करना चाहिए कि ऐसे भी सिचुएशंस होते हैं जहाँ पे अगर हम वैल्यूज़ और ट्रेनिंग उस लेवल का लाते हैं तो वहाँ पे चीज़ें बदलती है ना. लेकिन एट द रॉ लेवल अगर हम बिना किसी कंडीशन की बात करें तो दिस इज़ अ ह्यूमन टेंडेंसी, ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी, यही है. आपको समझ में आ रहा है. और लास्टली हम इसके नीचे की तरफ जब जाएंगे, सब एलोबरेट करते के समय, कि अब इसका कंक्लूजन क्या है कि एवरीबडी इज रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इज नो वन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. यस, दिस इज़ अ वेरी कॉमन थिंग, बट व्हेन थिंग्स आर when we analyze at the level of values, when people are conscious, when they are made aware, when they have leadership tendencies, and when they are part of a small group that work as a team, then this is not the case. This is not the case. तो ये पूरा का पूरा स्ट्रक्चर आपको मिल गया. यू आर गेटिंग कि कैसे इसको हमको ऑर्गेनाइज करना था कि, और इसमें आप डिपेंडिंग अपॉन योर ओन एक्सपीरियंस एंड एग्जाम्पल यू विल साइट एंड ट्राई टू मेक दिस पॉइंट. आप यही बताओगे ना इसका मतलब क्या हुआ, इसके कारण क्या है, और क्या है, जितने भी कारण हो सकते हैं उसको करेंगे. और इसके बाद कि ये फिनोमिना क्या यूनिवर्सल है या कल्चरल डिफरेंसेस हैं, ये करेंगे. और फाइनली आप इसको देखोगे कि क्या निष्कर्ष निकालते हैं आप, इस पर क्या कमेंट करते हैं आप? तो आई थिंक this will be the balanced structure of this one. I hope I made this point clear, and you will be able to correct yourself if you have written in a very different direction where it was not very coherently organized. Idea should be coherently organized. So this is my point I made in every I make in every essay, and for this essay I have suggested this one. Thank you very much.